Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing?
Hey, second time is the charm.
Woo!
It's the BlabberMalt Show, episode 79, October 8th, 2024.
That's it.
And we have two more B's than usual because we're at Butcher and Brewer.
Yeah.
Butcher, Brewer, beer brewing, and bullcrap.
Yeah, it's free of charge for you out there, by the way. No extra upcharge for the extra B's. Biatch.
Uh-oh.
It is. So, hey, man, what a great night here in downtown Cleveland. We have, is it the Cavs?
Yeah.
Tonight or on the court. The weather's beautiful. Sky is almost red over the water. It's just a beautiful view coming to downtown 4th Street here. Is just beautiful walking through your front patio. Really nice. And so excited to talk to you guys about beer and what you got going on here at Butcher and the Brewer.
Yeah. We had Chris on with Kim, who's here.
Yeah, Kim.
In the background here from Cleveland Beer Week.
I got to tell you, though, guys, you kind of failed Kim because no one sent any NUDES's nudes to her account.
You didn't get any?
She got 0, and so I think she's feeling a little bit, what was the word you said?
Left out.
Left out. I thought depressed maybe a little bit. So I think if you want to get involved in Cleveland Beer Week, any way you want to, that way, any other ways, Kim at clevelandbeerweek.org, or not .com, it's probably what you're sending them to, Kim at clevelandbeerweek.org. There she is. So don't leave her hanging.
That's right, and don't leave us hanging either. You got to like and subscribe. We're at the BlabberMalt Show, Facebook, YouTube, and tomorrow we'll be up on Spotify and all the places you get audio podcasts.
Yeah. Now, you know we typically start the show by talking about our weekends, but we kind of started a little late tonight. My boy Mike here has to get out of here for an appointment, so we want to talk about beer with the brewer man himself. So I'm going to pass this mic over. You guys, Dave, can kind of take the lead on conversation about beer. You have a flight for us, and we'll try them out, man.
Perfect. All right, guys. So we've got 2 flights coming today. We started out with a light flight. We're going to move to a hoppy one. The first board is our table beer, our repeater, which is a German-style Helles that we call a European lager because most of our guests don't like weird words. Our fest beer, German-style fest beer, and then Timeless, which is a classic saison that we brewed with my old boss, John McGroarty, over at Green Valley Brewing. So table beer is it was just kind of a thing I wanted to throw out there, see what would happen, and it turned out to be a really great decision for us. It's a just low ABV beer, the recipe changes every single time. We use the same Belgian yeast, let it do its thing, and people have really taken to it. We mix it with our lemonade to make a shandy, so it's perfect for people who don't really like beer too. But really lovely, lots of full flavor, nice Belgian character, spicy phenolics, but nothing super in your face. So
Hey, what's that come in ABV-wise, did you say?
So that is a 4.1% beer.
That's a tasty beer. For
that's a drink it all day, but
4.1.
still got some flavor.
Yeah, that's very nice Belgian characteristics. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So the second beer on our flight is our Helles Repeater, which is one of our core beers. It is super simple Southern German style lager, all Pils malt, decocted, meaning we boil part of the mash, get a little extra oomph out of the flavor, and then just a light dosing of European hops. So super clean, super easy, bright, fun. It's Bud Light if it didn't taste like shit.
That is
I don't know if I was allowed to
delicious
say
as well.
that, but
Yeah, that's a beautiful beer.
You know, if you didn't watch our last couple episodes, we had the Crooked Pecker crew on, and started the show. They said started the show at their place by him walking through, shotgunning a Bud Light. Promised us in our house that he was going to be a little bit more tame. Oh, guess what? We started the show right from the bottom. Bam! Popped that Bud Light.
But Chris said that if you text Brewer 5 times, he'll shotgun a BL right now.
So we're going to be looking at our peanut gallery over here. We'll be looking at
BLs.
our comments, and if you do write in Butcher and the Brewer 5 times, he's going to shotgun one of these repeaters.
I can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can shotgun a repeater.
I guess the whole point of that was just saying that I'd rather shotgun one of those beers than the Bud Lights. But so talk about the next beer, and then I kind of want to tell your story a smidge about how you got here, because I think as we head into the last, we can talk about getting into brewing, and then when we get to the last beer, talk about the series you did as you hit up your anniversary, which is a big deal, what that looked like and bringing in other people.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about how I got into brewing? Okay. All right, so the third beer on our list is our Fest beer. It's called the Fest beer. Because it's just that. It's straightforward, nothing, no frills, a German-style Fest beer, a lot of Munich malt, a lot of Pils malt, and just nice, easy fermentation. Big, fun beer for us to do. It's one we look forward to every year. We'd look forward to it more if we didn't have to brew it in June to release it in July because seasonal creep sucks. But that being said, it's still a good beer. You can drink it year-round no matter what.
So how long did you lager this?
That guy got lagered about 5.5 weeks.
Okay.
So not a full 6 to 8 weeks like you'd like, but again, you got to get it out in July, so you do what you do.
Yeah, super clean, nice.
Super clean. Wherever you would like to put it, Miss Leslie.
Oh wow,
thank you.
you got 2 flights. Look at us.
So as Matthias requested, just a little background on me. I am a Virginian. Grew up in the middle of nowhere. Went to Virginia Tech to study engineering. Thought that was a great gig. Then I realized that I didn't want to sit in a lab. Was working in kitchens. That was more fun, but I also didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. And I was like, hey, what's the middle ground? And beer was it. So my friend Rachel, who lives in North Carolina now, moved up here for the botanical gardens. She said I told her if I came up to get her, I told her if she got me a job, I'd come visit. And she got me a job at Butcher and the Brewer. And Chris Lieb's been my boss for a really long time.
Yeah.
Didn't you sleep on her couch forever?
No, I had a room in the house.
Oh, you had a room. Okay. I thought you were sleeping on a couch or something.
I'm not that homeless.
So when you're hanging out in Virginia, how did you discover beer? Like, what was your first gateway beer into the craft?
So my first craft beer was a stout, and I was way too under the influence to enjoy it. It did, however, alleviate me of some potential alcohol poisoning down the line. So that was my introduction to craft. But then on my 21st birthday, my buddy Kyle and I went to a beer bar. We didn't know a damn thing about beer. I saw Torpedo on the wall, and I thought, that sounds aggressive. I'm going to try it.
Yeah,
And
Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, I had it. I loved it. Kyle got one. He ordered a PBR fishbowl for his next beer. And yeah, we've been going it the
And
same
you
way
did
ever
not.
since. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, you're getting a craft beer, you enjoy it. Who got you the beer kit? How did that happen?
Honestly, no one got me the beer kit before I decided I wanted to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like for a job?
Yeah, I decided that, again, like I said, I didn't want to work in a lab. I didn't want to work in a kitchen. The middle ground must be brewing, and I said, I'm gonna go about this, and I'm gonna go for it.
You're gonna go right for it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a different path.
I'm aggressive.
Yeah,
I'm a little dumb sometimes too.
Definitely the latter.
Oh, hey, we wouldn't say that. We've got some brilliant beers here.
So, as we've walked through with now 70 episodes, 35, potentially 30-some brewers, that might be our first one that didn't start, kind of at least dabbling in the homebrew scene a smidge before. And we had that conversation of it is accessible to get into the world of brewing without being a home brewer. I mean, you can go to school to do that. You see it as a career path, which is exciting. But I want to say that, Virginia Tech guys, Thunder.
Yeah,
Come on, football team. That's what they do, right?
Yeah, well, no, we do. We're Enter Sandman.
Oh, Enter Sandman. I messed up. What is Enter Sandman? How's it go?
You're gonna exit.
Exit.
All right, I screwed it up. Dave saved the day.
Yeah, you start jumping. That's all I know.
Yeah.
We're supposed to jump and make seismic events happen at Virginia Tech. We don't listen to the words.
All right, so I screwed that up, but Virginia Tech has the most epic entrance of most schools. I mean, it is just rocking. So, yeah, it is Enter Sandman. I had to take that on the chin for that one. But, the lights start flickering. The crowd goes crazy. They put all over the things. I mean,
Yeah, we jump.
yeah, when did you graduate from when were you at Virginia Tech?
I didn't graduate. I had 17 credits left, but I was there from 2009 to 2013.
So definitely in the heyday of Virginia Tech football. So
it was a good time.
sounds like it. So you guys are up on your 10th anniversary, and we can talk to you about that once you have to bail. But you had the opportunity to collaborate with the various brewers that were here before you. I think that's the next beer in line.
Yes. So that's one of the So for our 10-year anniversary, we thought it'd be kind of cool if we did something to honor the people who've made the beer here as part of their contributions. So the first brewer was Eric Anderson, who works at Saucy Brew Works. He hired me. He worked here for about 2 years. Then he left, and John McGordy took over. He inherited me, and he worked here for about 6 years. And then he left to go start Green Valley Brewing down in Hudson, and then I kind of took over. So we thought it'd be kind of a cool idea to do three different beers for 3 different brewers, 3 different styles. So we'll actually try 2 of those today. The Eric Anderson one was a hoppy blonde. The beer I did was an Italian Pils, which just kicked yesterday. And then we did the Timeless, which is a classic Saison, which was just kind of an ode to beer styles that John and I like. So
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so it was really fun. We took we found basically Saison DuPont. If you guys don't know it, I assume you should. It is basically the holy grail of beers. I mean, it's an accessible holy grail, but it's still a holy grail. It is most brewers like in their top 10. Just like the iconic Saison. So we found their actual malt bill and brew schedule, and we rolled with it. We went out of our way to try to get specifically DuPont yeast strain, and we just fermented that we brewed it and fermented it in the super classic style, and then we added our own little twist by dry hopping it with 11 pounds of Saaz. But super fun, drinkable beer, lots of spice, bubblegum, fruit component, a little bit of that just like yeasty goodness.
What's this beer? It's this right here.
Yep.
Timeless.
I was going to say, I just drank a Saison DuPont a couple days ago, and it's delicious.
Saison DuPont was one that I took inspiration when I made a beer that turned out pretty good for me, but it went Brett, so it's really nothing like Saison DuPont, but
Cool. So in lieu of 2 mistakes we made tonight, you can always email us at blabbermalt@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We started late.
Yeah.
I screwed up the Virginia Tech thing. So we can probably just do a speed dating through these next 4 beers, because I think I want you to talk through some of those things we did. Perfect. So you do that. We'll just kind of sip them, and then you can bail, and we'll chit-chat with Chris.
Chris will keep you company all night.
Oh, yeah.
So first on our list, we got Steel Ponies. It's our Ales for ALS session IPA. So the Ales for ALS sent us their special Yakima Chief hot blend. We decided to boost it up with a little bit of Strata. So it's a super lovely dank session IPA. You get notes of cedar, pine, light citrus. I'm good right now, thank you, dear. And a little bit of lemon peel. Very drinkable, big in the nose, but very drinkable in the mouth. So Tanned is the West Coast blonde, the San Diego blonde, that I mentioned that we brewed with Eric from Saucy. A lot of Amarillo, a little bit of Citra, and I'm blanking on the third hop. But either way, super drinkable, super lovely as well. Yeah. Ophelia Second Coming is a summer seasonal that we always do. It is a hoppy wheat kind of modeled after Gumball Head, so lots of Citra. Very drinkable. Honestly, one of my favorite beers to brew. And then our final beer on the draft list is the Fox's Schedule. So the Fox's Schedule is a pain in the ass, but it's always one of my favorites. So we use Centennial hops that Chris Lieb grows at his farm down in Valley City, and we do a fresh hop IPA.
And you're growing hops?
I think we can talk about that too.
Yeah, 120 pounds of Centennial, a little bit of Michigan Centennial, a little bit, and some Michigan Vista in the dry hop just to kind of boost it. With lots of notes of citrus, pine, a little bit of tropical fruit from the Vista, and then just like this nice roastiness to carry it through, make it dry, and make you come back for more. Definitely one of my favorite beers to brew, even if I complain about it the entire day.
Yeah, so on these harvest ales, like Michael said, we grew the hops right down in Valley City, right 303 on Marks Road. We got about an acre and a quarter planted. We still got 3 quarters to plant, but it's really not that much fun. So I don't know if we'll ever plant it. But we have Centennial, and then we have a Sterling variant that Jen from Barn Talk is nicely named Lieber hops. They were given to me 15, 20 years ago by a friend, Bill, who was a brewer at John something, the one in the flats. What was that one in the flats over on the... It was on the East Bank. I forget. It was not there very long. John something, or I don't know. He gave it to me. I put it in my backyard. It grew like a beast. I started pulling it out of the ground, giving it to Jenny Napier, and then she propagated it, and now we do that. And then so we're going to have another harvest beer coming out that's not out yet, Frog and the Hog, which we make every year. So Frog Valley Farm, Butcher and the Brewer, Frog and the Hog. Yeah, that's that on that.
And you can see that beer Friday. We will have it on Friday.
Oh, is that a double entendre? Frog and the Hog?
When he's involved, everything.
Maybe.
When Leaves involved, everything is.
That's why we love this dude so much. Hey, I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming out today. Thank you so much, man. No, you know I love you.
See you, bro.
Thanks for sticking around a little bit
Hey,
longer.
thanks for
Of
coming.
course. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you.
We'll have to have him back out.
got a
We'll do
scoop?
another
All right.
round
that's cool.
out here at the Butcher because you can't get enough done. So
I'm going to slide.
we're all going to
Yeah,
slide
let's do
over.
it.
Maybe we can check the cam.
Oh, yeah, take the glass.
So one of the things, when we talk about Butcher and the Brewer, we have Chris here tonight. And last time we had you on the show, we talked a lot about Cleveland Beer Week and a little bit about Butcher. You did mention the Frog Valley Farm and what that looks like in terms of one of the Cleveland Beer Week events. But I really want people to know what Butcher's all about, because this place is stunning, right? From the first time you walk down 4th, you turn through your patio, and inside is just a throwback to a time before time, right? And I think that was part of the process. Talk to us about that inspiration for you, how you came up with the location, all of those things. Tell us all about Butcher, why Butcher and the Brewer. Just literally just tell everybody out there, because I don't really, to be honest with you, Chris, we've known each other for a long time. I don't really know a whole lot about the origin story of Butcher and the Brewer. I think people want to know that.
All right, so Butcher and the Brewer. My business partner Jason and I, Jason Workman, we both grew up in Cleveland. He grew up over off of 71st, I believe, 70, somewhere over there. I grew up in West Park, but we had very similar upbringing with our parents and our grandparents. Like, we would go to the butcher shops, we'd go to the West Side Market. So that part was just a no-brainer. I mean, we love, if anybody that knows Cleveland, and I'm sure a lot of you do, you go to the West Side Market, it's just a really cool place. There's all kinds of butchers there, there's all kinds of stuff there. But pretty much all the ethnic neighborhoods in Cleveland had butcher shops, So you went to the butcher shop and you went with your parents, and it was just a cool thing. So that was the butcher side of it. The brewer side of it was pretty straightforward. We own the building that housed Tremont Tap House and still does. With any luck, it'll be open next year.
I was just going to ask you.
So if you're listening to this, if you're listening to or seeing us today, don't ask me on the street. Thank you. But regardless, Tap House had 48 beers on draft. So at one point we're like, damn, we want to make our own beer. So then we decided to start looking for a space for a brewery. Breweries, have been pretty hot in the last 10 years, and they were even more so back then because, again, 10-year anniversary. But we were working with the Marins, our landlord, and looking at a space over on 25th, where I think the one taco place is, over by Campbell's Popcorn. But it was 2 buildings. We would have to blow a hole in the wall, and then while we were doing that, they said, oh, wait, we got this space on East 4th Street. You got to take a look at it. And honestly, it used to be Dredger's Union, which was like a predecessor to Urban Outfitter, kind of a couple guys. They made clothes. They would do tailoring. They had like cool stuff for men and stuff in here. But it was before its time, and there really wasn't a market for retail on East 4th Street. It was still up and coming. It wasn't what it is now, Michael Simon with Lola back in the day. I mean, now he still has Mabel's. We got Cordelia, Wonder Bar, Pickwick, House of Blues, all these things. Goma on the corner, the Thai place next door. It's just blew up. But back to that thing was we're like, oh, okay. And literally we walked in this space and we looked around and it was two spaces, this side and this side, and they were separate, and we blew them up and we're like, yeah, this is it. And then serendipitously, we signed a lease for 10 years, and about 2 weeks later, LeBron James decided to come back.
Oh, wow.
Woohoo! Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it was an oh shit moment. Like, oh, all right, we're going to be a block from the arena. LeBron's coming back. And I mean, it's very event driven down here, people. So that was a big, huge thing back in the day, and it really helped us. But then, I mean, the whole idea was, and also at the time, Jason's brother Rex was a butcher in New York. And he was going to come here, and he did come here, and he helped us open the place. So we had a butcher, we had a brewer, butcher and the brewer. Yeah, so it's kind of morphed a little bit. We did have a full thing of cabinets on the other side in the butcher shop, and we sold meat and stuff to go, but it just didn't take enough. It didn't take enough, it didn't get enough momentum. So we removed those and opened it back up for drinking or eating space. We still do quite a bit of stuff here in-house. But that's kind of, and then, the whole idea was to go industrial. And if I know you can only see part of it, but it's very industrial in here. A lot of heavy metal, heavy wood, but I think it all works. We got a whole wall that we did in concrete. So it all kind of, you have the wood soft, the metal's hard. It all works really well together. And honestly, Jason and I designed the whole place. There was no designer here.
Yeah,
Didn't hire
it looks
anybody.
great.
The table we're sitting at, I built all these tables with a house that we bought that was next to Tap House. We bought it. I demolitioned it from the inside out. I ripped every stud, every beam in that house out, took them to my uncle's shop, pulled every nail, planed them down, cut them, and made these tables. It was great. When they went to knock down the house, you walked in the front door, and if you took 10 more steps, you fell in the basement, and you looked straight up, and there's nothing. It was just four
Gutted
walls
it.
and a roof. So it was really easy to knock down, because all the wood is here on the walls and everywhere. So yeah, I mean, it was a kind of a labor of love and things we like, food, beer, the industrial look, all that stuff. So I think that's it in a nutshell.
I think it melds very well. It's rustic, but it's also artistic, and
these tables are bombs. So we're talking about, I'm going to assume by the cut, that house is probably an 1800s, late 1800s house.
Yeah, it was I'd say it was late 1800s, early 1900s. Oh yeah, everything in is a true 2x6, 2x4, 2x8, 2x12. I mean, and a lot of it looked like it was hand cut.
Well, this is all either hand cut or,
Correct.
hand moved machinery, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't.
I was real careful, like when I did them, that only sand enough that I didn't want to take the original marks from the saw blades and stuff off of them, because it really adds character.
And know for a fact that we actually are taking a tour tonight. So we're going to show everybody all this wonderful stuff you just talked about.
Very cool.
Yeah,
So you're going to get
hopefully we
all the aspect of what's going on here. We'll start outside, walk all through the whole process. Now, I was here when you first opened up and saw the butcher cases, which I thought was really awesome.
It was very cool. It was very cool, yeah.
But I understand how downtown can be, right? As your business ebbs and flows. I know COVID really sucked. I know that the riots downtown made a big push through.
Yeah, those windows that we're looking at behind the camera, they were gone.
Yes, this whole area East 4th was just smashed in, and so we get all that, right? And the fact that you came back from that, and it looks just as beautiful as before. I love the subway tile. You're going to see the basement downstairs and what they kept, as part of the old, was it a...
The basement was just another part of the Dredgers Union. And originally this building was a five and dime, the McCrory. There were a lot of five and dimes, like Woolworth, Kresge. Kresge became Kmart. Woolworth, everybody knows Woolworth. And this was McCrory. This was a McCrory building. And you'll notice when they do the tour, when you go down the main staircase, it's a big, grand staircase. And that's what they always had. So way back in the day, it was a 2-story five and dime department store. Yeah.
That's really neat.
It's very cool. Downstairs is epic. The tanks.
The cellars downstairs, There's an event center downstairs, event room. The bathrooms are epic, right? The
Yeah.
hand washing station. It's just a throwback in time to Cleveland. So I need you. It's just really neat. If you've not been down here to Butcher and the Brewer, you need to. I gotta tell you, brother. I'm gonna give you back the mic. I am so jealous. I think everybody is out there of your logo. It is ridiculous. That hot pig is freaking bomb. How'd you come up with that?
So the hop hog. That's all right. Everybody calls it the hop pig. It's funny. Or somebody was like, "Is that an artichoke pig?" I'm like, "Yes, that's what it is."
Yes.
It's been a lot. Armadillo, the armadillo. Yeah. So actually, a guy that helped us with the graphic designs in the beginning. Oh God, what? I'm going to go blank on his name. Philip. He came up with the hop hog, and I got to be honest. At first, I was a little like, I don't know about this thing. I don't know. But then the more I looked at it, the more I was like, yep, all right, this is it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Jason loved it. I loved it. And it just continued to grow on us. Because, yeah, it's a pretty unique, and it's funny because I've seen other logos now, like with other animals, that are with hops, their feathers are hops or their scales are hops and stuff. So it's pretty cool that 10 years ago we came up with this, and I've seen a lot of other ones, and I'm pretty proud of the logo, and it is unique. And the nice thing is, it's identifiable. I mean, once you see it, that it's Butcher and the Brewer. I'm walking down the street in Chicago and in Washington and Philadelphia, and honestly, people are like, "Oh, Butcher and the Brewer," and all I have is my usual brown trucker with the green hop hog on it. So it's really nice.
That's cool.
When you go somewhere else and you're in another
brand
city,
recognition.
that you actually have brand recognition. Because a lot of times, there's a lot of that. I mean, look at Rheingeist. You can't miss that, right? Everyone knows the teardrop, right? Stuff like that. Fathead's head and saucy. Yeah, where you have that forward right there in your face, and you got that one thing that's on everything. So when people see it, they know it's you. Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man.
What's next?
So, earlier you mentioned, we started the first time around, we started the podcast without you, right?
Right.
So, talk about Butcher and the Brewer. Okay, you mentioned that your cases are gone from the meat to take home. That doesn't mean that there still isn't a restaurant here, right? So, this is talk about your brew house, size of your brew house, but I want you to also talk about the food that you have here. Okay. Because you have a kitchen. It's a nice kitchen, and I'm saying that because you weren't here because, per the typical of people who are owners and operators.
Oh yeah, I was cooking.
My man was cooking, which is what we do when people call off work. We take off the jacket, and we throw on an apron, what you were doing.
Right, I took
and
my
you were
apron
deep
off.
frying, which is the lowest level, up level everybody else. We're back there deep frying. So what we do.
Yeah.
So talk about your menu, because we're going to eat food here tonight too, and it's just wonderful.
So let me. Where'd Rachel go? Oh, she
Go grab
walked
him.
away. Hey, can you do me a favor? Will you go ask them to put down a wings and a corn dog for me and something else, dealer's choice, vegetable-wise? Yeah, so we'll bring those out
Vegetables?
so everybody could see some kind of vegetable.
I'm just messing. We should have food here. It's important because
Yeah,
you guys are.
I'm going to have them bring some
yeah,
stuff out
because
to
of
see.
food. This is a food location.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unequivocally.
We're good. So missed that, but I asked a question that you are a full-service brewery, so a restaurant that makes its brews its own beer. It's important to talk about the food you guys offer here.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's obviously, this isn't, a lot of places don't live on beer alone. Everybody wants to eat. So, yes, we pride ourselves on our food. We've always had, elevated food. We like to have food that's approachable, but still elevated, so that when you walk in, you're like, oh, this isn't typical brewery food. This isn't typical.
Yeah, it's not a food truck sitting out back.
No,
you guys are
correct. Yeah,
making some
and
great.
we're not slopping stuff out, frozen out of a bag or anything.
Yeah.
It's a 100% scratch kitchen. I have prep guys that are here every day making all our sauces, making all our food, prepping everything out. It's huge. The prep kitchen downstairs. I'll make sure that they show you that too when they walk through.
Maybe it's the internet.
We're back. So I don't know if you heard me, but It's a scratch kitchen. We make our own food. Everything here is elevated. We didn't want to be just plain brewery food, and there's nothing wrong with plain brewery food. Don't get me wrong, but being downtown on East 4th Street, which is kind of one of the iconic streets in Cleveland, we felt that we needed to be elevated.
Yeah, bring your A game.
Bring our A game.
And the internet.
Is it working?
Yep, I think we are on, brother.
All right, very good.
As we were saying,
So we're good, right? Yeah, we're good. We're back on the internet.
sorry,
we were just
folks.
talking about Avon and the fact that downtown, man, we live in a fairly well-to-do area, downtown Cleveland, Avon specifically, where we're at. There's no cell towers, man. It's just crazy. But we were just chit-chatting about when we started.
Right.
So you started 10 years ago. We were about 9 years ago. And so what was happening in the beer world back then was that most of the places were either one of two ways, right? You were either a brewery that had no food whatsoever, that either West Coast tap room. Saison here. Yes. Yep.
Wow, thank you.
And so, in West Coast tap houses,
Right.
no food, all that's how they were doing it, and it was platform was one of them, right? So they had to kind of dictate how they were going to keep butts in seats, and the movement kind of was Great Lakes, and those people had a restaurant. And that wave kind of came about 2016-ish, 17, where you guys were the front of that wave, where the restaurant made a big difference, right? And so that kind of put us in that same picture. Rocky River Brew Co., all of those places. So the idea of having a restaurant that brewed their own beer was what the name of the game was in the Cleveland area.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, even if you think back to like some of the originals, Great Lakes, Sierra Nevada, back in both of them 1988. I mean, I was a senior in high school, and we're like, what is this craft beer stuff? I mean, Great Lakes started out with the kitchen. Sierra Nevada started out, they didn't really start out with the kitchen, but they quickly ascended to one, because I don't know if anybody's ever been out to Chico and been to Sierra Nevada. It's insane. Really is.
I've never been, but
Oh my God!
I would love to.
The ductwork is all the ductwork for the air conditioning. I mean, mine's made of what it should be made of, steel. Theirs is copper. It's beautiful, and the food's
overkill.
amazing. It's over the top. Anyway, yes, I mean, we were kind of in front of that, and it being that we had the tap house for probably, I don't know, back when we opened this 10 years ago. The tap house was probably, oh gosh, I forget what's 10 years ago. I can't even think.
14?
14? Yeah.
14, yeah.
14. So tap house opened up in, I believe, 03, 04, somewhere around there. So we had 10 years under our belt already, and food was a thing. I mean, that was the same thing with Tap House. We had all this crazy craft beer that nobody is drinking, and everybody come there for craft beer, but really a lot of people came for the food, because it was an unassuming corner bar with the most amazing food. You'd be like, holy shit, this isn't bar food.
Yeah,
This,
I mean,
this
you
is,
pull some people in
What am I
with beer,
drinking? Steel Ponies, little ALS beer.
but you also pull people in.
Well, listen,
hold
hold on. So I'm checking. Now that's what was on my phone. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people
Well,
who have commented.
a deal
Butcher
is
the
a deal,
Brewer.
folks.
I'll do a baby one. Which one's this one? Which one's not the Belgian? Ponies. I'm with you on ponies. Dave, take this little one.
All right, so I apologize that it's not as cool. I should have had him crawler off a can, but I honestly, I don't even know if I could do it. It's been so long since I actually shotgunned a beer can.
You shotgun a crowler,
and I'm not as big an idiot as those boys over at Crooked Pecker. So, yeah, I said it. Anyway, I love you guys. Well, I'll pound this. I will. Anyway.
All right,
Let's do it. Here we go. Cheers.
I am not going to do that. Yeah.
That was faster than Eric
Thank you.
shotgun a Bud Light.
That was pretty
Wow.
good. I didn't expect it.
I'm super impressed.
Unexpected.
Brian
need another one over here. Another
Winowski
beer.
said, next best to their menu and beer is the bathrooms. First time I was there, I thought I walked into a scene from Harry Potter. You're not wrong. And we're going to check that out, Brian. It's really, that's what I mentioned earlier. The bathrooms
There's an
are
interesting
insane.
story behind those bathrooms. So in our travels, Jason and I spend a lot of time doing research and development, which basically means we travel around the country. We go to the best restaurants we can find, the best breweries we can find, the best gastropubs, tap houses, blah, 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 all that stuff. And we were in San Diego, and there was a little, it's a lot smaller than our bathroom, but it was the same concept. So when you see it, you'll see it. It's pretty cool. It's kind of an open format bathroom. And then I think maybe it's our first or second year. Oh, turn around and look at that. Say hi to Chef Vince. Chef Vince, thank you very much.
Chef Vince, want to talk about the food real quick?
Oh, yeah, come over here. Talk about this food. But anyway, we saw this cool
Oh, wow.
bathroom, and we wanted to imitate it. And then we were actually in a contest for best bathrooms in America a couple years back, and we took second to another bathroom in California. Anyway, California.
I didn't know there was such a competition, bathroom competition.
Doing great. So what we got over here is our corn dogs. We have some spicy ketchup and some béarnaise. Over here we have some crispy Brussels sprouts with some bacon lardones, sweetie drop peppers, spiced nuts, and goat cheese with a little bit of cilantro on top. And then
Oh,
over
wow.
here is my favorite, are smoked wood fire wings that we've had on the menu since day one. It has amazing blue cheese on the bottom and a buffalo sauce on top. And then over here, something unique and fun is our everything carrots with a garlic, yogurt, honey on the bottom, everything carrots, spiced nuts, pomegranates, pickled, golden raisins, and a little bit of fried garlic.
Oh my God, you guys can't smell this, but this is
And the,
wow.
And
Yeah.
the cool thing about it is we do use a lot of our beer, a lot of our albino style and stuff like that in our cooking processes. So it's really fun to
Man.
with that.
I can. Yeah. I mean, you bring some people in with the beer,
Thanks, Chef.
and you bring some people in with the food, right?
Yeah.
Because those wings are. I've had them, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, again, elevated food helps. It really does.
Yes.
And this isn't just elevated food. I mean, the presentation was wonderful. Mini corn dogs. That's a great
Who
presentation.
doesn't like corn dogs, man? Every kid in us, even at
Oh, yeah.
54, I eat more corn dogs here than I eat anything.
It's one of our best sellers at Zzz's, by the way, corn
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
Those look fantastic. Those are those Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
The wings look ridiculous. So it's not just wings. We're talking about blue cheese bed, layered product. Same with the carrots.
Yeah, and we have a nice Southern Pride smoker in the basement. So we bring them up. They're already fully smoked and cooked. We throw them in our Josper, which is a wood-fired grill. We use whole lump charcoal in that thing. It's blazing hot. It imparts all that flavor. Gets them nice and crispy. Yeah, so pretty good thing.
We've had food at a lot of our locations. The aroma
Yeah.
coming
I know,
off
man.
this food here is brilliant, and now I'm salivating
Now let's end the show. We're done.
Somebody's gonna have to eat this.
Yeah,
Probably you people. Over
Mike Cousineau, corn dogs. Jason Hendricks says, let's get this party started right. I'm telling you right now, Eric, over at Crooked Pecker, he just chugged a 16-ounce IPA boom sauce. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like the, because he did call you out last week, by the way. You didn't realize watch the show.
I didn't watch the show yet. I meant to watch it, but I haven't watched it, so I'm gonna have to watch it because I figured Dave's house might not even be standing after the show.
We survived it.
We did survive
Barely.
it. But it was almost like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, right?
boy.
You just chugged an ALS beer in the same process. That double call out, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm glad it was an ALS beer. It's even better. Yeah, I could
For a good
chug
cause.
10 more, but then I wouldn't be able to drive home.
I can't wait to dive into this food, but I do also want to take a tour.
Okay.
How do Is there anything else we want to talk about Butcher? So let's talk about your brew house, right? So we have the epic food. You have a full kitchen, which we'll see.
Right.
Where's your brew house from?
Specific mechanical. Yeah, 10 barrel specific mechanical. Just two vessels. Pretty simple. Back and forth. Drop it, and then everything's piped to the basement where we have our fermentation and our bright tanks. It's not rocket science. We all know this. Brewing's not rocket science. I mean, a lot of people think it is. Yes, it does take some brains. It really does, and there's a lot of people out there that are very smart that make really good beer because they are. But at the end of the day, we always joke that brewers don't really make beer; they make wort. But you still have to make a good wort, and you have to have good yeast because yeast makes beer. I mean, we always tell when we're training people, and we talk about the process and the basic ingredients of beer and all this, and then we get to yeast, and they're like, so what does the yeast do? I go, well, basically it eats sugar. We all know this, and it poops out CO2 and alcohol. Yep, that's it.
I say the same thing every time, right?
Yeah.
Every time. Peas alcohol, farts and passes gas,
Exactly.
get your CO2, we're done.
Yeah. So it's a great process, and honestly, there's a lot more technical breweries out there, but ours is pretty straightforward. Nice little and we brew quite a bit. I think if you go around the country, there's a lot of 10-barrel breweries, a lot of them, and it's a pretty good size if anybody is thinking about to start out with. Because the reality of it is, if you go with like a 3-barrel or a 5-barrel, you still spend the same amount of time brewing beer.
Yes.
Yes.
Same amount of time.
Same amount of time.
10 barrels
for
versus
less
one.
product. But you also have to have the space, and it is what it is. But yeah, I got off on a tangent there. Anyway, yes, it's specific mechanical 10-barrel brewing. We have I think 12 fermenters downstairs. We started out with 8. We added 4 more. We had already plumbed them in for it to be there, but as we got busier and busier, had to make more beer. We added them. Thank God we were, thought ahead, and we already had them plumbed in. We only have 8 bright tanks because that's all we have room for. Everything else we rack off and pour off at kegs in the cooler. But it's been working out really well. We went to distribution a few years ago. Only draft products because we don't have a canning line, but we are looking at a small canning line that could be done with one man and crank out quite a bit of beer in an hour. We have to do a little bit of deconstruction and reconstruction in our basement, but it's something on the horizon because we have a lot of seasonal beers and a case over here that's empty that we'd like to sell, grab and go to go.
I mean, that's what Crooked Pecker did, that same single can, and it got them through a lot of beer.
Oh, those guys sell a shit ton of beer, and they single can. Wow. I mean, yeah. We're looking at one that's, I think, 2 or 3 heads, little, not too much more, but still, I think, goddamn thing's like $74,000. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Everything's
man.
expensive
Hardware.
today. I do want to give you an opportunity to talk anything upcoming in Butcher, talk about events that are coming up, promote the crap out of yourself. Dave's going to take us on the tour. I'll hold the camera. You guys can chit chat through the whole space.
Sounds good.
But I really want you to, promote everything that's going on here. What's happening and coming up next? What's going on with you, kitchen, events, Oyster Fest?
Oh yeah.
All those great things that we love being a part of.
Okay.
Spill your guts right now for those on the internet.
All right, we're gonna. Hey, real quick. Hey, Peanut Gallery, come take this food. Oh, he's gonna eat it. Don't worry about it. You eat it then.
Grilled corn dog.
All right, eat it now. Oh, okay. So, Butcher and the Brewer. Let's see. We are now in October. So immediately this week, it's Cleveland Beer Week, and there are events at Butcher. Well, there's a event at Butcher and the Brewer. This Saturday we have Barrel Age Bash. It's really cool. 10 local breweries, all bringing barrel aged. This guy's in it, Avon. All bringing barrel aged beers, and then we pair it with the spirits from the barrel. So if it was a Weller barrel, we have Weller, Western Reserve. A lot of different distilleries, a lot of different barrels, a lot of different beers. But we bring in the spirits. You get to taste the spirits. You get to taste the beer. Side by side, we have food that we put out for everybody, nice little spread, and then we, hey, Kim, who's playing? We have band. We have Thor. Thor's Platter will be down here. It's in the basement of Butcher and the Brewer. It's this Saturday. How much are tickets? Hey, Kim, how much are tickets? $55. But what's that? There's a special. What's the special? 2 for
Get
what?
a twofer.
Oh, they're $50. I mean, I guess I should know this as president of Beer Week, but I really don't do all the work Kim does. Well, you told me to talk about this. 2 for $90, 1 for $50, which if you buy them individually, you're not that bright.
Yeah, you're going to need somebody to go with,
Send
right?
all inquiries to Kim at clevelandbeerweek.org, including any fun.
Along with your news.
She actually allowed me to say it correctly. I was being facetious for you all, but it's Kim B at clevelandbeerweek.org. All of your
And the nudes. Send the nudes to Kim.
and questions pertaining to these events coming up. Kim B at clevelandbeerweek.org. She just said it. Say it. Hold on.
If you buy a ticket, then you can send a nude.
What?
There you go.
Feels like I was just in a blender. And she said you can buy tickets and send. She didn't say get. She said you could send.
Send.
So it's a big difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Oh, there's a huge difference.
So Barrel Age Bash this Saturday, noon to 4 here at Butcher and the Brewer. It's a great event. Been going on for a few years. You won't be disappointed. We put out great food, great beer, great spirits. There'll be reps from some of the distilleries here. It's a good time. So that's immediate. Also, this week we have Offshore Pour on the Lady Caroline. That is tomorrow. So
It is tomorrow.
you should go buy tickets and come. It's a nice ride on the lake and a lot of good beer. And then we have a crawl on the east side right on Friday in Cleveland Heights. What else? And there's a bunch of other stuff going on. Just go to Cleveland Beer Week's website page and see that. So part of that was Butcher and the Brewer. Other than that, I mean, honestly, good stuff, huh? Coming up in February.
Matthias crushing those corn dogs.
Yeah, he's crushing those corn dogs. They're good. And the carrots. But we really don't have a lot, a big... Oh, we do. I can't think. Watershed Distillery is doing a dinner with us. It's a 4-course dinner. I believe it's Thursday, November 14th. 2 beers. Both were barrel-aged in Watershed, one in a gin barrel, one in their bourbon barrel. So we have Basic Witch Bourbon Barrel, which is a pumpkin latte aged in a bourbon barrel. And then we have our Gin Saison, which actually won a gold medal at the Ohio Cup for different, it was under, I don't know, the category was other barrel aged because there's bourbon and blah, blah, blah. But we did it in gin barrels, which I was wanting forever. And it's amazing. And you'll get to try that. And you'll get to try 2 cocktails made with Watershed spirits. I can't talk. And 4 courses. So that dinner, I believe, is $55. We're only selling like 30 to 40 tickets. It should be really good. The founder of Watershed will be up here as well, along with myself and some other people that you might want to talk to or might not want to talk to or listen to. But it should be it's going to be a really good event. So please join us for that. Then further down the road in February, I believe it's going to be the 15th. We have Stout It Out Loud, which you're familiar with Stout It Out Loud, it's a dark beer festival and oysters. Big beers, stout, not just stouts, but is started out as a stout and oyster festival. It's still a stout and oyster festival, but there's always some barley wines and some big brown ales and all kinds of other crazy big ass beers. Like, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, so get an Uber.
Oh yeah, get an Uber. Yeah. Buy lots of oysters. It's amazing. The beers are amazing. It's a great time.
That's in February?
February, I think the 15th is going to be the date. It's a Saturday.
I love that.
Yep. Avon's part of that as well. Excuse me. That beer shotgun making me burp a little bit.
Catching up with you.
Yep, it's catching up with me. So in the immediate future, those are the events here at Butcher and the Brewer. But in general, we're open every Sunday that the Browns are at home. Not that anybody wants to watch the Browns anymore. And honestly, who knows how many people are even going to the game anymore. But if you're at the game, come here after the game. It's a really good time. We're open after every game. So, depending on the time, sometimes we're open before the games.
Or just come here.
Or just
Don't
come
go
here.
to the game.
Or
Stay
don't
here.
go to the game, correct. So Browns games, Cavs games, Guardians, playoffs. All right, we got... hopefully we don't have to go to Saturday. We just go to Detroit and kick the Motor City Kitties' asses and be done with it. But in the Detroit fan here, in the unfortunate event that we split in Detroit, we will be back here on Saturday. We're going to be open. We'll be open at noon. It's also the Barrel Age Bash. It's going to be busy downtown, but don't be scared. You can go to Valet and park, bring your ticket in. We'll validate it. You'll get cheaper parking.
The BlabberMaltsters aren't scared. They're not scared.
No. So remember that. East 4th Valet. Go there, bring your ticket in. We'll validate it. Come visit us. Don't be scared of parking. Don't be scared of the overpriced parking. You'll get a discount.
That's important, by the way.
It is important. And I don't say it very often because I like those guys and I want them to make money. It's kind of a East 4th secret. Now you know the secret. You go to any restaurant East 4th, you can get validated. Let's see what else is going on. I mean, just in general. So we're open on Mondays when there's an event. Otherwise, we're closed. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we open at 4, and we are open till 10 for the kitchen and 11 for the bar. Fridays, we open at noon, and it's 11 for the kitchen and 12 for the bar. Saturday is the same thing, and Sunday we're open 3 to 9. Sometimes these things flex, so look at it online. If there's a playoff game or something like that, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, a big concert, we'll have flex scheduling and our hours will differ. What else? What else we want to talk about?
Growlers, howlers.
We have crawlers, we have growlers, we have T-shirts, we have hats, we have koozies. We have a whole line of 10-year anniversary. We have a special 10-year anniversary.
Can I get the hot pig
growler?
on something?
Oh, the hop hog. The hop hog is on everything.
Can I get the artichoke pig?
You can get the artichoke.
Something?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
The artichoke pig is pretty much on everything. Yeah. So we have tons of really cool swag. We have stickers. I mean, pretty much, all the basic brewery stuff. We have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have baby onesies. Baby
onesies.
onesies.
We do not have baby onesies.
We don't either.
Yeah, we don't either.
No.
It's not a big call for baby onesies.
No, I've seen it at several breweries, in the past.
It's not a horrible idea.
It's not a horrible idea. A lot of babies were, conceived because of beer. True story.
That's true. Yeah.
So, one more time, this is one of my favorite locations. When we go on the tour, as we kind of walk through this thing, I want you to kind of tease in the albino stout.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about
because
that.
it's one of the most well-known beers in our area for a very good reason. So kind of add that into your conversation.
Yeah.
But I think everybody in not only BlabberMalt world, right, or BlabberMaltsters, we're also going live at neocraftbeer.com. Right, on their Facebook page. So for all of their 12,000 followers, right, they want to see your space. If you've not been down here to downtown Cleveland, East 4th, you get to park literally right down the street, pull into the 4th, turn left at the valet, park it, come here, get validated, enjoy your experience. Don't fret about downtown parking. Park right here, enjoy the entire strip. Come here first, second, and last.
Yeah.
Food, beer, environment, TVs, non-TVs, old school setting. It's just an epic opportunity, man. So I want you to see it, right? And you and Dave can chit-chat as I go get the camera and you can walk us around, right?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I think everybody just tuned out. They're just looking at those wings, and
They probably are.
they're going to get in their car and come down here right now. Get some of those wings. They're like, why are those people not eating those wings?
Oh, that thing self-writes itself, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. Where do you want to start?
All right, let's go outside. And
We're going to go outside? All right.
And we'll...
We're walking. The funny thing is, can I walk and talk? Because chewing gum and walking is a problem. So, if you can see the broke ass valet sign that somebody ran into with a box truck, it's right there between Cordelia and the East 4th Valet sign. You turn in there.
I mean,
and,
it really couldn't be closer.
You can see a car. Yep, right there. That's it. Can't be any easier than that, right? So we have our lovely new Butcher and the Brewer. You gotta check it. Here it is. Here's the hop hog.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I met this guy at the Ohio Craft Brewers Conference. I can't remember. He's local and he makes really, really nice stuff. I'll have to send it to you guys so you
I
can
thought
promote
you were talking
him.
about the actual
It's amazing.
hog. And
We good? Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah, here it is. Butcher and the Brewer. Oh, you're all right. We could use some pretty ladies in this. Anyway.
yeah.
This isn't pretty. But anyway, yeah, here it is. And all it's 2043 East 4th Street, Butcher and the Brewer.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I mean, tonight is a beautiful night. You could sit out here on the patio.
You could. I think it's funny in Cleveland, as soon as it gets below 70 degrees, everybody gets a little, oh my gosh, I'm chilly.
Yeah. Well, just wait.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's just funny like that because, in spring, everybody's like, oh my God, I'm so cold. And then, oh, now I'm so hot. Now I'm so cold. I'm like, come on, people.
Yeah, suck it up.
Suck it up,
You
Buttercup.
live in Ohio, man.
That's right. This is Ohio. Are we going to go inside?
Yeah,
All right,
let's
let's go
check it out.
inside. After you. All right, so we're in. See, we had to we want people to be able to understand the brewing process, even if they don't know it. They can kind of follow our nice little diagram there that a friend of mine drew for us back 10 years ago.
The most important part of that diagram is the bottom left, the taps.
Yeah, when you get to the bottom left,
The taps.
that's the most important part because that's where the
Yeah.
finished product comes out at the tap. As you can see over here, here's our BlabberMalt peanut gallery.
See where
BlabberMalt
that handsome
monsters.
J
Blabber
is?
monsters.
Yeah. That's where it starts.
Here's the this table is the one that we were talking about. You can probably see it, and if you can see that we used seriously big I-beams. I mean, these tables could be used if you flipped them over. You could get in a gun battle behind them. You'd be fine, or hide under them if there was an earthquake. Dead serious, or a tornado.
Hey, Matthias, this wood is thick.
Oh, it's
That's
thick.
That's some thick wood.
It's thick. All our chairs are custom made. Yeah, all these we designed and had custom made. Well, not those. I think those are the metal ones, but that's not whatever. Guy in Colorado made our bar stools. So we tried to make everything very unique. The hardwood floors are from Ohio place. Hardwood. I should know this. They're down by Canton. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm blanking on it. But they have awesome. All this is reclaimed barnwood flooring, and then all the stuff on the sides of the walls. Again, what we talked earlier, is wood that I pulled out of the house. So it's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do we want to go over into what? Yeah, we used to be the butcher shop side. Come on. Oh, this doorway is really got a cool. I don't remember exactly. It was out of a factory, and we found it in Manhattan in an antique shop when we were there, and we were actually there for the event put on by the craft brewers. What is the name of that? I mean, I swear to God, I think I have old timers disease. But we were in New York for a beer event, and we knew it was there, and we went in this antique shop, Jason and I, and we found this thing, and we said, yeah, we're going to buy it, and they shipped it to us, and we put it in here.
So, I mean, that's the kind of attention to detail that you're going to find at Butcher and the Brewer. You guys found a door in an antique shop, and you're like, we got to have this for the brewery.
Yeah, in Midtown Manhattan.
Just because it's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. You'll see this reoccurring thing. We have chicken wire glass and stuff. We really like that. That's the cooler that's going to have canned beer in it when I get our canning line. That goes out to my business partner Jason. Let's get our shit together and do it.
Yeah.
This used to be the butcher shop. We still have a case back there that we'll use at times, but we kind of opened it back up and repurposed it, put some stools over here on the other side of the bar. A lot of people like this side. We'll put on, parties can come in here and congregate, especially just like cocktail style. You know, lots of space, lots of room to mingle. So this is a really good space. If you're coming to a game, you can order beer and food right here from a QR code, and they'll come to this window, so you don't even have to have a table. So that's that. So, Concrete Bar. My good friend Nick Kosa, who actually is the owner of Frog Valley Farms, him and his dad made this bar for us. It's got a little chalkboard in it so people can say hi to these guys. Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it. How's your beer? Excellent. What are you guys drinking?
Wine.
Oh, you're drinking. Oh, you're cut off.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
Hey, wine's good too.
You got the Pilsner? Thank you. So we had this custom made, and then we inset the drink rail, which I think is a great idea because you can pour on it, it goes right down a drain. If you spin over here, this whole wall, it's concrete, or at least has the illusion of concrete. All these pillars at the time when we bought, when we first leased this, were wrapped in, I forget what, we ripped it off, exposed all the concrete. I mean, again, you can see from here the really nice I-beams on these tables. The metal tables were made by a local guy. Those wooden tables were made by a local guy. A lot of this stuff that we did is all local and all wood that we reclaimed from other places. So, yeah, that's that. So, here we go, kitchen. All right, as you can see in the background, there's Michael. Michael's our GM. We have the subway tile. There's a little cryovac. We put the window in when we were actually dry aging steaks and stuff, and you can see where the rail was when we were. We had a rail that went into the kitchen, so we had hanging beef and stuff. That was the the butcher side of it, but it's still here and it still looks cool. Come down the line here. We got our wood stone, which is really cool. A lot of people have wood stones. It's a pizza oven basically. The Josper is that one. Hey chef, will you open the door for the Josper? Oh, there you go. There you go. Look at that. That's some heat. That thing's got all lump charcoal
in there.
All that smoke coming out. Yeah, you can feel the heat back here. Adds all that flavor to everything we put in there. It's wonderful. Then we have our plancha, our flat top, and fryers, and all the other stuff that you'd normally have in a kitchen. So, nice open kitchen. That's Frank over there. So,
wow, you don't see that every day.
Yeah. But it's pretty good stuff. Yeah, so we do our steaks in there, we do our wings in there, we do our broccolini in there, the octopus. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it in the Josper. So, here's our brew house. Look at this. As we talked about it before, Specific Mechanical. They make really good stuff. They're great guys and gals. Nice little system. Our grain room off to the left here. Hot water tank. Our two-tank system. It's really nice, really compact. Fits really well in this building. And the nice thing is, when you walk in that front door, it's like, it's kind of like what they did, all those people that buy churches and put the brewery on the altar. Well, this isn't a church, but this is our altar.
Yeah. I like the copper trim around the
the copper trim. Well, yeah, that was a little extra, but not much. But we thought, just because it's such a centerpiece, you want to make it look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. You guys want to go downstairs? You gotta get a picture of this. It says we walk down, and you can see we have more chicken wire glass over here. But yeah,
that's a grand staircase.
The grand staircase. I'm gonna have to turn the lights on. All right. I'm going to turn these
Yeah.
lights on over here, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a grand space. You come down those stairs.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, you can kind of see over here the transfer pipes, all this stainless steel. So when we drop the wort down, it comes right down. We do our thing down here. We put it in the fermenters. We got a bunch of barrel-aged beers going. A lot of people always ask, are those our lagering tanks? No, those are our bright tanks. We had to get them custom built so that we could actually fit them in this space, so we made them horizontal. Those were a lot of fun. I'm honestly going to tell you, we had a scaffold with a winch that hung above this staircase here, and
Just to get them down here.
we had to winch them down. We cut this rail out. You can see where we welded it back together. We cut it
Yeah.
out on the bottom. If one of those would have came down, I wouldn't be here, but they didn't,
Yeah.
fortunately. We slid them down. We took this out, and we put them in place. Pretty
Wow.
cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you're looking at the fermenters and bright tanks, and we do a lot of private events down here. This is where Barrel Bash will be on Saturday. Come down and hang out with us. Oh, yeah, we're going to go check out the bathrooms, then we'll check out the bar over here. All right, let's go. Here's our competition bathrooms. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
Check it out.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So, pretty much open space. You know, you're here, you're washing your hands across from, but every water closet. That doesn't mean water closet. That means women. That means men. And we do have on the other side. We do have our family bathroom with the changing room and all that good stuff. We need to mention that. You can't see it. It's on the other side of the steps. But yeah,
Is there a story behind these signs?
Yeah,
Or they just-
the same guy that drew the schematic upstairs for the brewing process, he did these signs. But and like this we found at a reclamation place, cool ass sink
Yeah.
that was sitting up on a thing, and I'm like, I want that. So and then we retrofitted it with faucets and soap and dispensers and everything else. So yeah, this is our cool bathroom that everybody, when they turn the corner, if they haven't been here, they're like, whoa, what the hell's going
yeah,
on?
I know. So you said you were in a competition. I didn't
Yep.
know there was a competition for
Yep.
bathrooms.
I'll let this guy go to the bathroom. You guys are good. You're good. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Yeah, it was. They just reached out to us and said, "Hey, you want to be in this competition?" And we're like, "Well,
okay.
yeah, of course
Sure,
we want to be
why
in the
not?
competition. Why not?" So I think we ended up taking second place, but there were a lot of cool bathrooms. Trust me. You know, there are a lot more. I think the one that won was a lot flashier than ours.
Okay.
Ours again is pretty simple, but very functional. Very functional.
Yeah, for sure.
We've only had one incident where somebody thought it was the old municipal stadium and decided to piss in the sink. And the gentleman looked like he was probably in his late 60s, early 70s. And so, because I do have full doors, I can have a camera here, so we
Yeah.
can watch the sink. It was pretty entertaining. The old man, he just looks around, drops trowel, pees in the sink. Had it on camera. Pretty
Okay.
funny.
Yeah. Well, you can't blame him.
No.
I guess.
I guess he didn't see the doors for the bathrooms.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we have this really cool bar over here. Again, this bar again was inspired by a place we saw in San Diego. It's 100% stainless steel top
Yeah.
with the mesh, you know, the panels, and so you can pour. Even if you spill a drink, everything goes down the drain.
Just rinse it down.
You rinse it down.
Yeah.
100% stainless steel. It's pretty cool. Custom made. This damn bar was not cheap. And then
Yeah, I
my welder
imagine.
that did all the tables and stuff. When we started getting into the distribution stuff, we had no room for kegs. So fortunately, we had this little, space, and we're like, well, it'll look really cool. So and that's the kind of thing. You want design to have function, right?
Yeah.
And also look cool and
Yeah.
artistic. And I'm like, nothing better than a keg wall, and it
Hey,
looks nice.
I like that.
So once
Like
we're
that.
done cleaning kegs, we have some dirty kegs. We have
Some homebrew kegs.
I
right
did some
here, bro.
homebrew kegs, but most of the time, this warehouses or shelves are clean kegs so that we can use them when we go for distribution.
Yeah, smart, and it looks cool.
And then we'll use this space as well for overflow during playoffs and stuff like that. And it's really, I mean, back when the Cavs were in the championship, you couldn't even get down this basement. I had to reserve my own table, and this was one of the most popular spaces in the building. So, all right, we're gonna go check out this prep kitchen. We do have an elevator, so if you ADA compliant, that's the other bathroom. Just another bathroom, but bigger.
Nice.
Yeah, change your baby's diapers in that one. So, yep, got back here, another prep cooler, and then there's our prep kitchen. So, shut that door.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get a lot done down here.
Yeah, this is where the guys make everything. There's our Southern Pride smoker. We have our Rationale, which is a really cool, basically a convection oven on the grander scale. But the cool thing about that one, it actually has its own water source and it cleans itself. Yep. You put in 2 different chemicals, it cleans itself. You can program it to cook just about anything. Rationale makes really good stuff. It's not cheap. You have all your spices and all that. I mean, this is where everything gets made. And that's the office where sometimes I do some work, but normally not because I'm
When it's
always
required.
doing other work. So yeah, this is the prep kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah, so
can you rent out this space for events and
yep,
things like
we can
that?
rent it. We do a ton of, I'd say, like rehearsal dinners and stuff like that down here.
Yeah.
But today, I mean, before we came down here, Sherwin-Williams had rented it out for an event. Yeah, holiday parties, although I think we're pretty much booked up, but don't quote me on that. There's probably still some days left. But this space gets used quite a bit. When it's not being used for events, we use it as overflow for busier and bigger days.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's just cool to be surrounded by the tanks. And
Yep.
I really like the blue lights.
The atmosphere, and we can change the color on the lights. So the Guardians are playing, we can do red or blue.
Cool.
If the Browns are trying to play or attempting to do something on the field, we can put orange and brown on.
Attempting.
Cavaliers, we have the blue and orange, whatever. Or if it's just, we can have them change. So.
All right. So if people want to reserve this space, they just get in touch with you? On the
just call
website,
down
or?
to the restaurant,
Okay.
and we'll get you in touch with Christian Johnson, who's our event coordinator.
Nice.
If you go online, I'm pretty sure that all the information's on there. It's butcherandthebrewer.com.
Okay.
So you can find all that information right there. Yeah. So the
Sounds good.
grain room's back there too. I don't know. You can obviously see the auger going up. So to the grist case, but yeah, we're gonna go this way. Dun, dun, dun. Hey Leslie, I need another beer. Saison. That was easy, actually.
So you're gonna shotgun another one?
No, I'm not shotgun. I just want to enjoy it.
Right. We make good beer. We don't
Right.
want to.
Yeah, and these barrels, these were fun to make. Again, I have one welder, Mike Janosko. He's the greatest guy in the world. He's good friends with my dad, and he's that guy. I mean, he's like 70-some years old, and he's still at his shop every day welding stuff. Just welding. All right. Looks like they didn't eat all your food, Matthias.
Still a couple wings left. That's good.
We'll get you some more.
No,
Thank you, darling. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should be thinking about.
I think we got all the events coming out. We're up to date until February.
Yeah, I think we are till February. I might try to throw a clam bake in somewhere in November, like on a Wade Browns game, so that we can all at least enjoy a clam bake and put the football game on TV. I know I hate to be such a downer, but I have season tickets and have my whole life. They were my grandfather's, then my uncle's, and now Jason and I, my business partner, own them. And I'm going to be telling you really honestly, I'm quite disappointed that we spend so much money. And so, I don't know. Not that anybody from the Browns is going to see this, and my other business partner, the one I haven't talked about, is friends with the coach. But regardless, it's not good. I'm sorry. We just, if you came into my business and I gave you that kind of performance, you'd never come back. That's all I'm going to say about the Browns. I love the Browns dearly. They better get their shit together.
But you're not wrong, to be fair.
Yeah.
You have seen everything that is today that we can think about with Butch and the Brewer. If this doesn't convince you to get your rear ends down here, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Epic food, met the chef. Epic beer, met the brewer. Epic location, met the owner. Dude, Dave, what are we missing?
I don't think anything. I mean, it's a great place. You got to come down here.
Great beer, great food, great venue, great location, downtown Cleveland. Parking is not an issue for people who think that. We just talked about how to figure that out.
Get validated, son.
Validated, let's go. Other than that, brother, I appreciate you opening your home to us today.
Thanks.
You know I love you.
Love you too.
Whatever we can do to help
Thanks
support
for being
you
a sport
and lift
and
you up.
that beer, man.
Yeah,
That was great.
He did shotgun a beer. Eric, it was an IPA. You kind of just got beat down, just so we're all aware of
That's
that.
right, Eric. Coming for you.
He's got a shotgun of pocket snacks.
Shotgun pocket snacks next. It's coming. Don't you fret it. Tom,
He could do it.
look at Tommy back there ready to rock and roll, right?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we need a second to kind of clear it out at the end, but we're all set. I love you, dude.
Yeah.
Get down here, buy food, beer, merch, all the stuff. Rock the Hop Hog. Get it done. I know I'm going to get another hat because I love it. All right? Until next time, guys, stay malty, Cleveland.